What's up, social media? Hello, Father, we come. I'm going to go quick because I have a lot of information to share. This is our last day of celebrating 3 years, but I'm finding out it's not just a celebration, but it is a journey. So if you're watching the replay, what's up? If you're joining me, what's up, what's up, what's up? So, Father, I come right now. I pray in the name of Jesus, God, with every inbox and every book that has been sold during this time, God, that you would allow someone's life to be activated and changed like never before. I pray over that person that's watching, oh God, that as we've been going on this journey for the last 3 days, I pray that they are able to see their purpose from their pain. God, I pray right now that they're able to see, God, that everything was worth it. Everything happens for a reason. So, God, we say thank you. So let the words of my mouth, meditation of my heart be acceptable in your sight, oh God. You are my strength and you are my redeemer. What's up, everybody? If you're joining, can you heart it up? If you're on, I dare you to heart it up. I hope that you're ready. I pray that you're ready. If you are, put the number 1 on the screen. Share this with somebody. You definitely want to share it with somebody. There's some information that I'm going to share. So here we go. We're going to do a recap really, really quick from yesterday. What's up? What's up, Sister Lee? What's up, Casey? I see you guys on here. Again, this is not a monologue, but it is a dialogue. So we're going to be talking together, and my baby daddy is on here. Hi, honey. I love you beyond measures. Okay, here we go, because I don't want to get sidetracked. All right. So recap. So far, we talked about from facing your pain. We talked about that on Wednesday. Go back and see that video if you have not. What's up, Mama Kim? If you have not, go back and look at that video. If you looked at yesterday we talked about overcoming your pain. There's some I want to recap because yesterday I just left full. Hey, Miss Felicia Smith. Hey, Annie. I left just full. So let me do a recap. We've been dealing with overcoming your pain. I pray you have pen and piece of paper. If you're at work, write it on the canvas of your mind. But I want to talk today. I want to deal with some stuff today because this is our last day. Hey, Amy, this is our last day of talking about this. Again, I thank everybody that purchased the book, everybody. And I'm going to tell you some more stuff here in the end, but let's dive in. Recap. We talked about overcoming your pain. And with overcoming your pain on yesterday, we realized that sometimes we are drowning in our pain. We're talking about my book. Oh, I'm glad. I forgot. We're talking about my book, There's Power in Your Pain, celebrating 3 years for those of you that are joining. Celebrating 3 years of me being an author of my very first book, but also we're going on a journey together where we're talking about different things. Sister Lee, if you can share this in my Women of Destiny group, please share that. I forgot to share. So if you can share that, Sister Lee, right now, let me know. Put the number 1, let me know if you're still here. But if you could share that, that would be great in the Women of Destiny's group. But here, I wanted to deal with the fact that we recap, and with the recap, we realized that overcoming our pain, that there was a journey that we had to go on. We had to realize that after we faced our pain, now we got to a point to where we're drowning. And now that we realize that, you know what? As I talked about the lifeguard, how the lifeguard comes and people that try to help us, people that try to pull us up out of the ditch, and we just want to stay in this pit, stay in this place of hurt, stay in this place of pain because we lost a loved one, because maybe we got a divorce, because maybe there was a separation, because of the unfamiliar, because of the unknown. Maybe we were there before. And by us being there before, it put us in a place where we felt like we were drowning because our life has changed forever. We're no longer who we are. If you were molested, if you were raped, we're dealing with those type. I'm sorry, I got a call. But we're dealing with that. Somebody call Shantae. But we're dealing with that. The fact that, going through rape, going through whatever the situation may be. I want to say this is that we get to a point where we face it and we realize we're there, but now we're trying to overcome this thing. We're trying to come out of it. I'm tired of sitting in this pit. I'm tired of sitting in this pain. I'm tired of thinking about it, talking about it, dealing with it all the time. I want to know, how do I become the woman or the man that I need to be with this pain? That's what we talked about yesterday. So we learned how to trust the process. I share with you guys, every woman on here, if you got a perm before, how you went and sat down in that chair to get that perm. You knew you scratched your hair. You knew you had some moments where you were going to have a patch in your head because the perm was going to burn. It's the same way with God. There's some moments that you're going to have some scars. You're going to have some pain. You're going to have some situations. But no matter what, we got to learn to trust the process. Can somebody type that on the screen? Trust the process. When we're overcoming our pain, we're learning how to trust the process. I might not understand it when I'm sitting in this chair. I might not get the fact that, you know what, I know how this is going to turn out. But God, I'm going to trust you I'm going to trust you to bring. What's up, Miss Blanks? Author to author. Hey, lady. But I'm going to trust God in this process. I'm going to trust the fact that if I sit here, that it may be painful. It may hurt a little bit. I may have some scalpel moments, but God, I'm going to trust that you're going to bring me out of this. Even if I lost my loved one, I'm going to trust God that you're going to mend this pain. I know you're not going to take it away. I know it's not going to be snatched from me. I come to be real with you. Now, no, it's not going to be taken away. But baby, as you go through the painful moments, as you go through the hurtful moments, it's a process that you got to go through. That God, I'm going to trust you in this process. I'm going to trust that you're going to bring me out, but I'm going to also trust the journey. I realize that there's a journey. I might have my days. I might have my days that I want to slap her. I might, holy hood. I might have my days where I want to, I want to punch somebody because I was molested. I might have my days where I want to go off because I lost my loved one, because I'm not going, taking them to the doctor anymore. My life has been changed forever. Maybe you've been there, but God, I'm going to trust you in this. I'm going to trust the process. Come on, Miss Blanks. I'm going to trust the process. Not only am I going to trust the process, but because I'm trusting the process, this is a recap. Somebody say recap. This is just from yesterday. We ain't talking about today yet. We're going to get to that. A recap. Hey, ain't it, babe? My niece come on here every day. Kay, I love you beyond me. It's something when your family show up. I got my auntie, my niece. I love y'all so much. So here we go. How do you overcome your pain? Now it's time to overcome your pain. After you took the moment to kind of just go through the process, go through the hurt. Okay, it happened. There's nothing I can do about it. I can't take away. I can't bring them back. I can't, take away he did it or she did it. They raped me. They molested. Okay, I can't take that back. I was in the abusive relationship. I lost the car. I lost the house. I can't take it back. It happened. So now I'm learning to overcome. How do I overcome? Number one, embrace my past. Embrace the fact that maybe I made mistakes. Come here, somebody. Maybe I made mistakes. Maybe I messed up. Maybe I'm the one that caused pain. Maybe I'm the one that caused hurt to my children. I talked about that on the first day. Watch that video where I caused some hurt to my girls because I was hurting. So I was bleeding out on my girls. Hey, April, what's up, baby? I was bleeding out on my girls. And so I found myself hurting. Hurt people. I know we hear that all the time, but I found myself bleeding out on my baby. So I have to embrace the fact that I made a mistake. And I got to embrace the fact that someone else made a mistake. I told you guys my relationship with my mother has only been a mother once. Hey, I got to embrace the fact that this is what happened. We can't change it. I got to embrace the fact that, oh boy, dude I was with choked me. I got to embrace the fact that he choked me. I can't take nothing back. If he knew the woman that I am today, then I was a little weak woman, but that's okay. Hey, but God, I embrace the fact that it happened. Not only I embrace it, but I start transforming and not transferring my pain. So we learned that process on yesterday. You got to transform and not transfer your anger, your hurt, and become this bitter betrayal, just bitter woman, and nobody want to be around you because you're hurting so bad. Not only that, no more blame game. You can't blame anybody anymore. We're grown. Come on. We gotta keep pushing. I know I'm not being insensitive. I told y'all that. It's all out of love. I'm not telling you something I heard. I'm telling you something I know. Something that I had to go through. I said in my pity party, I was hurting so much. Oh my God, they did this to me. Oh my God, I can't believe they treated me like that. Oh my God. We have our moments. You can't play the blame game. Not only blame game, no more blaming, no more regrets. I messed up. They messed up. It is what it is. I can't look back at that. Not just look back. I can't blame. I can't have any regrets, and I can't look back. Fourth, y'all see I'm trying to go fast. It's time for you to discover. We learned that on yesterday. You got to go back and watch it. 5, you got to meditate. Got to meditate on the healing process. Go through that. And not only that, then we got to start realizing now we're at today. Somebody say today. Type on the screen today. Ooh, that was a lot to get at. Come on. Heart it up if you feel me. Today, we've overcome our pain. We went through that process. Not that we overcame it, because I told you it was a process. It's a process. Go back and watch that video if you didn't. It's a process. And I gave you principles that I had to learn. That's what made me write this book, because I was a broken pastor's wife. I was a broken mother. I was a broken sister. I'm not talking about from the cane. That ain't what I'm talking about. I was broken on the inside. And when the cane happened, I became, you got to read the book to understand what I'm talking about. When I was on this cane, I became, baby, bitter. I became bitter. I don't know if you've ever been there before, to where you see yourself acting out. You see yourself causing other pain, judging other people, whatever the case may be. And I found myself there. So that's why I come with these principles that I talk about in this book. So as we're getting to the point on today. Today we're dealing with how to get from pain to purpose. Can you say pain to purpose? From pain to purpose. How do I get here, Tonya? I want to slow down because I want you to get this. How do I get from pain to purpose? It hurt on the inside. I'm not talking about a physical pain. I'm talking about inside, man. I'm hurting on the inside. I find myself crying every time I look up. I find myself, especially through this pandemic, I find myself just in a place where forget the pandemic, before the pandemic, I just found myself having some bipolar moments. One moment I'm good, one moment I'm not. One moment I'm good, one moment I'm not. And you find yourself here, but what we got to do, we got to start realizing, and these are not my points, but I want to take you there. We got to start realizing that it had to happen. Can somebody say that had to happen? Everything you went through, everything we experienced, it had to happen. You losing the car, it had to happen. What's up, Denisha? What's up, girl from Tennessee? I love you beyond measures. But it had to happen. Can somebody say it had to happen? You losing, I know. Brace yourself. Losing that house, losing that husband, it had to happen. Or maybe you lost a loved one. It had to happen. I know. Let me pause and park. I'm not being insensitive, but God knows the plan, and you got to watch the other videos to understand what I'm talking about. God's plan is always something that we never understand, but God is going to be God no matter what. So God, I realized that in this state, when I was on that cane, when I was going through broken moments, when I told you raped by boyfriend, going through it. Okay, God, everything that happened in my life had to happen. I can't change it. We talked about it yesterday. I can't change it. Not only I can't change it, but I start realizing that every person that come to me, every person that come in my presence, for some reason, they went through the same thing. Come here. Woo! Have you ever been around somebody, when they come around you, for some reason, their pain look like your pain? Everything they going through, they lost a mama, they lost a cousin, or they lost a house, they lost friendship, or women were coming against them, or whatever the case may be. But for some reason, you start linking up and you start seeing her hurt. You start seeing her pain, and all of a sudden, you want to help them. It had to happen. It had to happen, because there's no way that you could be able to speak to someone or encourage someone or give somebody encouragement unless you were in that dark place. I can tell someone how it feels to be in a dark place and you're sitting on the front row of a church and you're hurting on the inside. I can tell someone how it feels like that you're on top of a cliff with your pinky finger. You just hanging. I can tell someone how it feels to be in a tunnel of a black hole and you don't see no light at the end of the tunnel, and you're asking God, why am I here? It had to happen. I needed the dark places. Come here. You needed those dark places. You needed those painful places. Okay, y'all see I'm passionate about it. Oh, we're going to talk about that in a minute. The reason why I'm passionate about people that are in dark holes, especially women that don't know their worth, is because I've been where you are. It's so amazing how all of a sudden your pain start looking like somebody else's, and God always put that person in your face. God always gets you prepared. Okay, not only that, you realize that not only, what's up, Lady Harris? What's up, Kristen? I hope I said that right. But we always get to a point to where God end up showing this person one-on-one with Professor Harden. I'm going to get you, Lady Harris. Showing that person. Check this out. You realize that not only did it have to happen, but now it's your assignment. Can somebody say, my assignment? Now it's my assignment to be the one that's encouraging everybody in the family, because now grandma that went on, mama that went on, or I'm dealing with marriages. My husband and I are about to be married 20 years this year. Praise the Lord. Can somebody heart it up for that? 20 years of marriage. But one thing about those 20 years of marriages, it wasn't all gravy. It wasn't all perfect. But I'm gonna show you how God had to turn that into purpose, though. That it wasn't all bad. It was bad, but I understand now why God allowed all that to happen. I'm talking about busting holes in the walls, and I'm Tulu child. For those that don't know, if you don't know Tulu, that's okay. Hard it up if you know Earth to Stone. Tulu, I'm Tulu child. I fight. I throw stuff. I don't fight fair. So imagine being married to me, and then he got a bad attitude. But it was my assignment to be married to him. Come here. Woo! It's your assignment. You find yourself start sniffing and smelling. And when I mean sniffing, meaning that every time I get around somebody, dang, she look hurt. I wonder, did she lose somebody? I wonder what's going on with her. You start having some empathy and you start building passion. Can somebody say passion? You start building passion for this person. What happens is when you see this person, immediately there's a connection because now they become your assignment. And now you realize that, God, there is life after my pain. Come here. Can somebody say life after my pain? You start realizing that after I faced my pain, after I overcame my pain, now my pain is turning into passion because now I'm starting to see other people. I see the frustration. What's up, baby daddy? I see the frustration. I see the hurt on them. And now all of a sudden, oh my God, I become frustrated and I become passionate and I want to help. Oh, there is life after pain. Come on, Latia. There's life after pain. Come on, Sister Lee. It's life after pain. And now you start seeing yourself, you become passionate about it. I tell people all the time, I really didn't like women that much. Let's get that clear. I hung with the fellas in school. You understand me? I hung out with the dudes in school. I didn't hang with women because women were always against it. It just didn't work out. I don't do mess. I don't do that. So it was like I just didn't do well with girls. Okay? As I got older, it got worse. And the more I got older, it got worse. And now I find myself pouring into women. Come here. Okay, we're going to talk. There's life after. Not only is there life after, all of a sudden, while you're going through this pain, you start seeing the fact that I want to help somebody. And now that you want to help somebody, you start changing your atmosphere because you're trying to figure out how can I help this person. So now your atmosphere starts to change. What do you mean, Tonya? Now all of a sudden, I start linking up with other like-minded women that want to change their life, that's no longer sitting in a pity party, that's no longer being petty Betty. What I find myself doing is connecting with other women that are going where I'm going, or connecting with other people because I don't want to be around. Because let me tell you something. Birds of a feather flock together. You know, that's what grandma say. Birds of a feather flock together. So you find yourself that their conversations start to make you irritated. Oh, have you ever been there? Their conversations start to make you irritated and you're trying to realize what is it that's switching me up? What is it that's making me not really want to be around y'all that much anymore? What is it? Come on, Sister Lee. You know what I'm talking about. What is it that I'm around you, but I really don't want to be here no more? Because all of a sudden you start wanting different. Come here. You start wanting different. You start wanting to be different. You start wanting to change your atmosphere because your pain has caused you. Come here. You start hanging around. If you're walking in divorce, you start hanging around women that are having life after divorce. Come here. You start hanging around women that are no longer, that's trying to find a way to go through the healing process of losing their loved one. You start connecting with, your atmosphere start to change. Come here. Our atmosphere start to change. So after our atmosphere start to change, now, as I told you on yesterday, you start expecting God to do something. You start expecting God, and now your life's starting to change because you're connecting up with other people, and now they're changing your atmosphere as well as your attitude. Come here. Can somebody type that on the screen? They start changing your attitude about life. You start changing your attitude about life. You start changing your attitude. You start seeing yourself going to another level. You start seeing yourself growing. You start seeing yourself coming out of that thing. You start seeing yourself walking out of that thing. You start seeing yourself on a different level. And you don't want to be around people that have negative thinking anymore. Because you tired of it. You tired of drowning. You tired of going through. You tired of experiencing that. So here's the deal. This is what we have to realize. that after I went through all of this pain, after I went through all of this hurt, come on, Washington, after I went through all of this pain, after I went through all of this hurt, I realized that there gotta be some after this. God, what you gonna do with this? What am I supposed to do with this? What's going on? So now guess what? Now we get to where we are today. We become passionate about our pain. We want to help other people. We want to see other people grow. We want to see other people come out. You don't want them to experience what you experienced because you were probably in a place where you wanted to kill yourself. Come here. You were probably in a place where I told you I ain't want to kill myself, but I asked God for an Elijah moment. God, if you could just take me up. I'm tired of hurting. I'm tired of going through pain. I'm tired of going through hurt. But now you realize, oh my God, it was all worth it. God, it was all worth it. It had to happen. So now that I realize it had to happen, now my goal today is to tell you how to get from pain to purpose. But the in-between part, it becomes your passion. How do you know that it becomes your passion? Because you start getting frustrated. I started getting frustrated around women that didn't want to grow. I started getting frustrated around women. God would always use women to come and sit at my, this before being a pastor, this when I was married, you know, all that. I would have people come sit on my couch and just have moments where I'm talking to them. Rescue myself from drowning. Come on, Lady Harris. Rescue myself from drowning, because I realized that even in my moment of rescuing, while I'm drowning, now remind you, my husband and I married. I told you everything went great. And I'm like, Lord, I feel like, oh my God, I'm the one helping everybody during my own frustration. Like I can't see myself coming out. And God, you keep sending people around me for me to encourage, for us to help. And now you find yourself getting frustrated. Come on, Bishop, getting frustrated. And you get frustrated to a point to where you're like, oh my God, if they could just listen to me, if they could just hear my story, come here. That's where that testimony come in. If they could just hear my testimony and hear the fact that, girl, you can come out of this. I know it may be dark. I know you may feel like that you will never come out of that relationship, but you're looking at a girl that was with a man that put his hands around my neck. Come here. You're looking at a girl that didn't know her worth. That's the testimony that you're telling. You're telling them how you came out. And you're looking at this person in there and you're like, God, if you only knew that your life can be better than where you are. That's the type of frustration and passion that I'm talking about. You become passionate because you don't want to see nobody else go through what you went through, because you know what it felt like. You know the dark place that you've been at. You know that. And because you know that, you don't want nobody else. That's the kind of purpose and pain I'm talking about today. Not only that, how do I get from pain to purpose? How do we get from pain to purpose? Number one, here we go. Y'all ready? Heart it up if you feel me. I told you, I come with principles and solutions. I'm the girl that learned the importance of not just what am I looking for? Not just saying, oh my God, I'm going through pain. Oh my God, it hurt. Oh my God, it happened. Oh my God, you got cancer. Oh my, let's get some solutions. Let's figure this thing out. Let's figure out how we can come out of this. Your girl come to give you solutions. Your girl come to give you, come here. Your girl come to give you, remind you that I got to a point to where I was so stuck. I told you on yesterday how I went from I thought I was God's favorite. I'm like, God, I'm your favorite. I ain't never been through nothing. Come here. Oh, let me talk to that person real quick. Then we're going to get into these points. I ain't never been through nothing, Lord. I've been good. I wasn't raped. I wasn't molested as a kid. I went through my moments, I was raped by, okay, Lord. And then all of a sudden I get grown. And God just started giving me favor on top of favor, on top of favor, on top of favor. And all of a sudden we started church, opened up this church. All of a sudden I went from breaking my toe, hear me, breaking my toe, losing my house, losing a car, sister got cancer. All this was back. This was in 1 year's time. You understand me? And it was back to back to back to back to back. I'm like, God, what is going? And then after I break my toe, I end up on a cane talking about this book. I end up on this cane right here. I'm like, God, what is going on? Have you ever been to a point to where you like, did I do something wrong? Did I mess up? Because I keep going through. This is is what I found out during that moment. Come here. Come on, Bishop, a machine. It felt like a machete. A machete was hitting our life. It was back to 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 back. And I kept thinking, Lord, wait a minute. I'm a pastor of a church. Ooh, let me pause right there. Put a pin in it. How many of you been to a place to where you thought, man, I'm doing good. I'm doing whatever I'm supposed to do. I'm paying tithes. I'm paying whatever the case may be. God, I'm living my best life. I'm living my best life. And I ain't doing nothing wrong out here in these streets. I'm not messing up in these streets. I'm doing right. And you mean to tell me as soon as I start doing right, this when you allow it to happen? Come here, let me tell you what I found out, that all that I've been through in my today right now, it all had to happen. It grows you up. It gets you to a place to where you become dependent on God and not people. It gets you to a place when I started walking in that church because I became comfortable because God was blessing. But then God had to say, okay, let me get you to a point to where you're not serving your husband's God. You're not serving pastor's God, but you're serving me. I need to get you. And the only way that God is going to get us to a point to where we're just serving him, he got to put us through some hell and hot water. I told you yesterday, God allowed Job to go through. God allowed Job to experience some stuff. God allowed it to happen because he knew, sister girl, you were going to come out of this. Come here today. He knew that you were going to do something with that. Come on here, Blanks. He knew that you was going to write a book about your story. He knew that you were going to do something with it, baby, because he understood that if I put her through some stuff, hey, glory, if I put her through some stuff, she gonna make some things happen. That's what I come to talk about today. All that you experienced had to happen. Now you gotta ask yourself this: God, can I totally depend on you? When I get to heaven, come here. Before I went through all that I went through, I'm talking about saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost. Understand me? Saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy. Going through all that, I don't care how saved you are. God has no respect to person. You understand me? I don't care how much you know Jesus and, whatever we were brought up in the church. Didn't nobody tell you that part, that you still gonna go through because you still gotta grow because ain't nobody made it. Understand me? Pastors, leaders, I'm the girl to tell you that. Nobody has made it. So you're always gonna go through. But the question is, what did you learn? What did we learn? So this is what we do, from pain to purpose. Here we go. Heart it up. Y'all ready? Woo! Jesus. Hallelujah. From pain to purpose. How did I learn the purpose of when I wrote this book? How did I learn the power in my pain? How did I get to a point? Not that nobody's made it. I want to make sure I make that clear. Nobody's made it. This is what I continue to do today. God gave me the principles on what to do, and it's something I continue to do on a daily basis. I got to continue to do it. So, number one, how do you get from pain to purpose? Number one, you got to plan for your purpose. Because, see, somebody say plan. I'm going to wait because I don't want to rush this. I want you to get it. We got to plan for our purpose. Come on, Lady Harris. I feel a certain growing in me. Come on, glory. I pray that we as people of God, like we could get to a point to where we start seeing ourselves coming up out of this. So we got to plan. So when we start planning, your pain that we went through, everything that you experience, when you start planning for your purpose, what do I mean? How do you plan for your purpose? That very thing that frustrates you. Can't nobody frustrate me more than my children, of course, my family. But what really frustrates me is when a woman don't know her worth. It's not in a bad way, because that's my passion. I love it. I love women. I couldn't tell you that a couple of years ago. But the thing that frustrates, you got to find out what frustrates you the most. Is it the fact that entrepreneurship? I don't know. Is it fact bringing the family together? Whatever the case may be. You got to figure out that thing that frustrates you to where every time that you get ready to do it or somebody do it, they not doing it right. That may be the thing that frustrates you. Whatever the case may be, if it's working, if it's on your job, if it's starting your business, if it's writing a book, if it's whatever, if it's doing food or catering or whatever it is, you got to figure out what frustrates you. Once we figure that out, Now we can start focusing on, okay, what is my purpose? God, why am I here? Why did you create me to be here? Why am I here on earth? Listen, I'm coming close because I need you to hear me. Every person that's watching, all of you, including me, I'm a part of that. We all got a purpose. Woo, can somebody say that? I got a purpose. I got a purpose for being here. When God, I told you on yesterday, when God woke us up this morning, he had you in mind. When he woke you up, today is October the 21st, 2020. When God woke you up this morning, he had you in mind. That means that you were on the heart and the thoughts and the mind of God. So if I'm on the heart and the thoughts and the mind of God, that means I got purpose on today. Not tomorrow. I'm not going to worry about that. But God, I got purpose. If you allowed me to see this day, if God allowed you, us, if God allowed all of us to see this day, we got purpose. Yes, I got purpose. You got purpose. My purpose today was to come on here to remind you you got purpose. That's my purpose today. My purpose today, and then I got a meeting after this. But my purpose today, and my purpose and my meeting after this is for another purpose. Come here. My purpose today is to come tell you that my girl, hey, Christy, you got purpose. Mama Kim, you got purpose. Bishop, you got purpose. Miss Bonnie Wyatt, you got purpose. Keisha Smith, Blanks, Washington. I'm going to say our last name. Lee, Lady Harris, April, everybody on here, you got purpose. That's what your girl come to tell you today. You got purpose. There is something on the inside of you that you got to do. And guess what? God didn't start this day without you. Oh, can somebody, I'm a pause right there. Somebody, y'all got me over here sweating. Somebody post on the screen, he didn't start it without me. God didn't start this day without you. God thought about you when he started this day. So God, I'm reminded of Genesis. Come here. That God, when you created me in your image. So when you created the heavens and the earth, God, you thought about me. Can somebody say he thought about me? God thought about you. So if God thought about you, guess what that means? That you have purpose. If it's making a quilt for somebody, I don't know, whatever, you got to find that out. I can't tell you what your purpose is. You got to figure it out. What is the thing that frustrates you the most? Do older people, elderly people frustrate you? Do young kids frustrate you? Do somebody frustrate you? Do your husband, do marriages frustrate you? Do women frustrate you? Do church frustrate you? What is it that frustrates you? God did not start this day without me. Come on here. What is it that frustrates you? So once we find out, you get that on the canvas of your mind. And if you can't think about it right now, I dare you to go to God in prayer. God, what is the thing? What's up, Miss Reese? What is the thing that what is the thing that makes me frustrated? I told y'all what my thing is. My thing is women. Man, a woman that don't know her worth, a woman that doesn't know her value, a woman that doesn't know her potential, a woman that doesn't understand her marriage. Can I pause and park and put a pin right here? Why? Let me say why. Because I was that girl. And sometimes can still be that girl. I'm that girl that forgot my value. I'm the girl that forgot my worth. I'm the girl that forgot. So I want to remind every woman that comes in contact with me, girl, I'm telling you, you bigger than that. Do you not know when God created? Oh, let me pause and tell every married, y'all listen, every married person, when God told you, God said that in the Bible, he says that when a man findeth a wife, he find a good, let me talk to married people, then I'm going to come to singles. When a man finds a wife, he find a good thing. Can I come and tell every married woman that the only reason why, not only do he find a good thing, but he finds favor. Come here, go read it. Genesis, it's somewhere in there. Listen, it might be the Tonyanized version, but it's something to that nature. Bishop, let me know if I'm right. Hey, when a man findeth a wife, he find a good thing. I'll put the scripture later. A man that findeth a wife, he find a good thing, and he finds favor. I told the pastor wives this. Can I tell every married woman that's watching me right now that when your husband found you, the reason why he got favor and the reason why that he's great, the reason why he moves in his divine potential is because, baby, when he married you, He got favor when he married you. That's how great you are, woman. Hear me. That's how powerful you are. That's how amazing you are as a woman. Every single woman. God said that when I created her, that she was like a jewel. Come here. That means that you're like a diamond to God, that you're precious to him. So every person, you see my call, you see my passion. My passion, women. I love women. I love to see women win. So here we go. Number one, you got to do your purpose, okay? Let me get out of that. Number one, do your purpose. Thank you, Bishop. Proverbs 18:22. Come on, thank you, Bishop. Who is your purpose for? You got to know who your purpose for. So now when I start moving and figuring out what is my purpose, who is my purpose for, who am I called to, what am I here for, why did God create this day with me in mind? Why did God think about me when he created this day? Okay, God, what am I supposed to do today that's going to be different? Am I supposed to speak to the lady life at the grocery store? Am I supposed to talk to the person at the gas store? What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to speak life into a girl on my job? What am I supposed to do in this day? You got to find out what is my purpose for today. And if you don't know your purpose, pray about it. Ask God, what am I supposed to do? Not only that, after you start planning, now guess what? When we start planning, you don't have time to think about your pain. Woo! Somebody say, when I start planning, we don't have time to think about our pain. You don't got time to sit back and go back to what you did and your mistakes and your mess up because you're planning. Now that you're planning, now guess what happened? Number two, you start preparing for your purpose. How do I get from pain to purpose? I started planning. I started figuring out, God, where am I supposed to be in this thing? What am I supposed to be doing in this season? Whose life am I here for, God? Is it for my children? What am I supposed to be doing in this season, in this hour? How am I supposed to do it? What does that look like? And now that you start doing that, you start preparing for your purpose. You start encouraging, if it's just one person. If it's just one person, if it's you going to breakfast with them and you're sitting down with them, whatever the case may be, you just never know. Why am I tell people all the time, I'm always trying to figure out, okay, why am I meeting with you today? What's the meeting about? Why are we here? Why are we right here? What am I trying to figure out right now? And now that we're trying to figure that out, now you got to figure out, this is what I had to do. When I found out my purpose, my plan back in 2011, probably before that, I started figuring out, man, God, you started sending women to me a lot. And you know I don't really care about women like that. What you doing? What we doing here? And God had to remind me, because you get frustrated and you want to show them their worth. So I'm going to put you through some more pain that women going to cause. But I need you to learn how to love women in their pain. So now you find me in a place where I'm like, okay, let me become a life coach. That's what I had to do. That's what worked for me. I'm a life coach. I help women, go into their purpose. You got to find out, what is it that I'm supposed to do? Am I starting a business? I write books for therapy. That's not everybody's thing. I write books for me because it's therapeutic for me. You got to find out. And once you find that out, you got to not only just find out what my purpose is, but God, because I'm giving out purpose so much, who is supposed to pour purpose into me? Because you are important too. So who's supposed to pour purpose into me? And once they pour purpose into me, who am I supposed to connect to that is going to pour into me? Because the more you pour out, the more you do purpose, the more you walk in your divine destiny, guess what? You're going to need somebody to pour into you. You're going to need somebody you're going to need to go to a place of therapy for yourself. Therapeutic, I read books. I got to have books because I'm always want to grow. My mind is always going. Whatever it may take for you, you got to be able to get to a point to where, if I'm going to be in purpose, because let me tell you, when you do purpose, you think you went through pain before. Can I pause and park right there? When you start moving in purpose and you start moving your divine destiny, all of a sudden you start going through. Come here, every person I'm talking to today. Don't think your pain gonna stop. Don't think your pain gonna end. Baby, it just get a little bit worse, but you're able to move forward because you found your purpose. You're able to move forward because you find your identity. You're able to move forward because you found out who you are. Can I come speak to every person on here? Don't you dare give up, because there's something God has called you to do because of your pain. Can somebody say, because of my pain, I'm called to this. I'm called to this. Because of my pain, I'm called to this. Because of my pain, I'm called to this. Because of my hurt, I'm called to this. Because I know how to stand. Because see, I told you earlier, you got to go watch the other videos. I told you it's a process. We're going on a journey. And as we're going on, what's up, Sister Dickerson? We're going on a journey, Evangelist. We're going on a journey. And as we go on this journey, I'm reminding you, yeah, you had pain. Yes, you overcame it. But now, sister girl, woo, now you're able to stand in it because you didn't lose your mind the first time. Hey, you didn't lose your mind the first time you went through pain. You didn't lose your mind. You thought you was going to lose it. Come here. Can I be the girl to come tell you? Come on, April. Can I be the girl to come tell you? You thought you was going to lose your mind last time. But this time, because you realize you've seen the evidence of God. Come here. You've seen God keep your mind. You've seen God protect you. You've seen God provide for you even in your pain. You've seen God protect your character. You've seen God protect your children. You've seen God protect your marriage even while you're going through pain while in your purpose. So I didn't come to tell you that your pain gonna stop because you moved in purpose. Oh, that's what okay, somebody may have thought that. Tonya finna come tell us how we gonna come out of this. Tonya gonna tell us that we ain't never going through pain no more. I'm the girl to let you know that your pain will not stop. I don't know. Maybe somebody thought that, today was going to be the day that we were going to get from pain to purpose. I come to tell you that it's just going to be more pain. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm really not sorry. Because I found out, even being a bishop's wife, going from a pastor's to a bishop wife, it's a whole nother level of pain. But guess what? Okay, let me sit there. Okay, thank you, Lord. God say sit there for a minute. Because here's the deal. We believe that sometimes in this life that it's going to get easier. No, I'm so sorry. Don't leave me yet. Don't leave yet. I promise you. I'm gonna take you somewhere. We feel like that it's gonna get easier. Come on here, evangelist. No, it get worse. It get worse, but okay, let me keep going. Sometimes we think that it's going to get easier. Sometimes we think that, God, I'm getting from my pain to my purpose, and all the things are going to work together for the good of those that love the Lord because I'm called according to your purpose, God, and I'm going to walk in your divine favor. And God said, yes, all of that is good. I come to tell you, all of that is good. But daughter, if I'm going to take you deeper, Abba, if I'm going to take you deeper, what's up, Lady Charlotte? If I'm going to take you deeper, if I'm going to take you to another level, if I'm going to take you, if you're going to keep pushing purpose and you're going to keep changing lives and you're going to keep changing minds and you're going to keep changing marriages and you're going to keep changing, because you got to go deeper. So if I got to change your marriage, guess what that mean, Lady Charlotte? I got to put you through some more hell. Come on here. I got to put you through some more. You got to go through some more, because there's some people. This is what I found out, Bishop. Listen, there's some people that I didn't know when God allowed us to lose our house while we were homeless, while pastoring. Hear me. Pastoring and was homeless. Hear me. Pastoring and was homeless, still had to show up to church every Sunday and preach, still had to show up with a smile on my face, still had to show up and love on the people. Even while I was on the cane, God had the people come sit down at my feet, and I'm asking God, Lord, really? I'm the one that's on the cane and I gotta pray for them? Mad at God. Because I don't understand. You got me going through pain and you making me go to church, because I got a feeling in my belly that if I don't go to church, you may take me out of here. And I love you that much, so I'm going to show up and I'm going to still serve and I'm going to still pray. I'm going to still do it, and I'm not understanding. But if you would have told me, Jesus, if you would have told me that I would be where I am today, baby, I wouldn't have said a mumbling word. I would have been like Jesus on the cross. If you would have told me that God was about to build some stuff, if you would have told me that God was going to change my mind, if you would have told me, if somebody would have told me back then, evangelist, that all that on that cane, on that, hear me, I'm not trying to preach, but if somebody would have told me that God was going to bring me out like this, I wouldn't have believed them. Hear my heart. We serve a God. If we learn to stand, if we learn to be still, if we learn not to give up, and If we learn not to throw in the towel too soon, listen to me. If you would have told me being on that cane that I would be okay, that I would be speaking into the lives of pastor wives, that I would be encouraging other women, if you would have told me that, I probably would have been like, okay, Lord, I do it. Okay, Lord, I be okay. Okay, Lord, I keep pushing. Can I come and tell you to every person that's watching, Bonnie, Constance, Charlotte, Tia, Sister Lee, whoever's watching, whatever. Listen, if somebody would have told you after all the stuff you've been through, if somebody would have told you years ago that you would still be standing, listen, that you would still be standing, that you would still be here, that you would still have your right mind. If somebody would have told you back then, whatever you experienced back then, if somebody would have told you that you would be able to keep pushing, Lady Harris, if you're watching, if somebody would have told you, that God, I would still be here after all the hurt, all the pain. God, I'm still here. Yeah. That's the kind of purpose I'm talking about. That's the kind of pain I'm talking about that you are going to continue to go through. I wish I could tell you that you're not, but I promise you it makes you stronger. If you just think about it for a minute, it made you stronger. It made you so much wiser. You learn how to talk to your husband. You learn how to communicate with other people. You learn how. It made you stronger. It made you realize that I can do this without mama and daddy being here. Okay, I thought I wasn't going to be able to do it without all of them being here. But God, I can do it. Can I come and tell you that you're still standing? What's up, daughter? Lady Johnson, you're still standing. But here's the deal. If you didn't have that happen, you wouldn't know. How you going to push purpose? So I come to encourage you on today that how do we get from our pain to our purpose? We do purpose. Whatever your purpose is, you just start doing it. You ask the Lord if you don't know. If you don't know, hey, I'm your girl to come talk to, inbox me. I can tell you how to get there. I've been there. I've been where you are. I'm not saying that I may have all the answers, but I come to tell you today that there's some purpose. Come on, April. There's some purpose on the inside of you, and it's up to you to grab on to it and walk in it. I would lose my mind if I didn't have purpose. What is my purpose? Let me help you, because in this, I got a whole lot that I do. Let me quit. Here, and I'm done. Listen, this is what I found out. When you start doing purpose, and these are my points, and I'm done. Number one, you become committed. Can somebody say committed? Committed. You become committed. Ooh, type that in the screen. You become committed. Why do you become committed? Because you realize, and this is what I shared with you guys the other day, is that when you've been in this thing so long, and you've been in this life so long, what happens is, what's up, Liz? What happens is, while you're in it, God realized you ain't going nowhere. Hear me. God realized, y'all got me sweating. God realized you ain't going nowhere. Because I didn't put her through enough. I didn't put her through enough pain. I didn't put her through enough hurt. She might say she going somewhere. Come here, Liz. She might say she going somewhere. She might say, come on, Johnson. She might say, April. You might have said you was going to go somewhere, Lady Charlotte. You might have said it. But God realized she ain't going nowhere. She ain't going nowhere. She's committed to me. God realized she's committed. You've been committed to God because of your pain. You become committed because of your purpose. When you start moving in purpose, yes, he can trust you now because he put you through pain and you didn't leave him. You may have said you may have had an Elijah moment. You may have had a Job moment where you said, Lord, look at here. You may have had that, but you became committed. When you go through pain and you start moving in purpose, you find your purpose. You become committed to God, not really the purpose. You become committed to God. Then you become committed to yourself because you start showing up for the purpose. You start dreaming about the purpose. You start planning for the purpose. You start asking God about the purpose. Lord, what does this look like? What is it supposed to be? What am I supposed to be doing? I had to ask God, what am I supposed to be doing with women? What does this look like? What am I supposed to share with women? How do I share it? Wow, God, give me the words to say. What topic am I supposed to talk about? Now I become committed to God and I start trusting God for the topics. I start start trusting God for the vision. I start trusting God. But I ain't telling you something I heard. I'm telling you something I know for myself. 9 years. Started Women of Destiny 9 years ago. Didn't want to do it. It was uncomfortable. It was unfamiliar. It was something I never done before. It was not something I never walked in before. But every time I turn around, because of commitment, because of dedication, because I'm committed to God, it made me committed to the purpose. Now you committed to the purpose. Guess what? Those that showed up, oh, come here. I was committed to y'all at 12 o'clock for 3 days, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. You knew I was going to come on here. So now what does it do? It makes you committed to what I'm about to do. Come here. Now people become committed to what you're doing. They start believing every pastor, wife. They start believing in every entrepreneur, every book writer, every person walking in. They start believing in your vision because you believed in it, because you were committed. Number one, committed. Number two, your character. Come here. Can somebody put character? And I'm done. I'm done. I really got to go. Number two, your character. Excuse me. Your character. I'll wait for that one. Character. They start seeing your character. They start to get to know you because you're committed. And now that you're committed, they see that your character, you're walking in the characteristics of God. Your character is starting to be right because you're committed. Your character starts to change because you're committed. And now when somebody come here, I'm gonna park right here for a second. When somebody come and try to destroy your character, but because of your character and they seen your commitment, they seen your consistency, they seen your commitment to God, they seen the evidence of God, they can't mess up your character. I don't care how much they talk about you. I don't care how much they lie on you. I don't care how much they mess over you. I don't care how much they say you're not. But because you're committed, you're committed to God. You're committed to the plan. You don't have time to look at the naysayers. You don't got time to look at what they're talking about. Even though you're going through the pain, but your character standard. You're going through the pain. You're not blasting them on Facebook. You're going through the pain. They talking about you, but you're moving in purpose the whole time. Your character stays the same because of your commitment. That was number two. Number three, you become consistent. Consistency. If I wouldn't have showed up here, I told Bishop I was running late and trying to hurry up and get here. I said, Lord, I got to get on there because, Lord, I said I was going to do this. I said I was going to do 3 days, not 2 days. I said I was going to do this. So, Lord, I got to be consistent. When you become consistent to the purpose, you show up for every month, every Wednesday, every second Wednesday, I show up to the purpose. Every second Wednesday, every third Thursday, pastor wife connection. I show up to all the pastor wives on here. I dare you to heart it up. I show up to I'm consistent, and because of my consistency, now because I'm consistent, it makes them consistent. I'm not just consistent because I'm doing it for them. I'm consistent because God, I'm committed to you. Oh, it all goes together. I'm committed to you. My consistency stays the same, and my character doesn't change because God, I'm consistent. I make sure that I'm going to show up. I'm going to keep my word. God, whatever I got to do, because God, I don't want to do anything that's going to make you embarrassed. So God, it makes me even more committed, which keeps me consistent. How do you get from pain to purpose? You become committed. You make sure your character is right. You make sure that you're consistent. Not only that, it builds your confidence. Purpose never... Okay, let me say this. Let me park. And I really got to go. Okay, let me park. Listen. When you start moving in purpose, all hell. You understand me? I ain't cussing. I'm telling you, it feels like that. It starts hitting you. Anything the enemy can do to distract you, to discourage you, and to get you to want to throw in the towel. Anything the enemy can do to distract you, to discourage you, and get you off focus. Whatever he can do I'm going to do everything I can. God, just allow me to hit her like Job. Let me go to her like Job. So now you get to a point and you think, oh my God, I got to do something different. You get more purpose. And I'm telling you, for me to even do this live, can I have a real moment with y'all real quick? I didn't want to do this. Can I say that? And it ain't have nothing to do with nobody else. This was scary for me. I didn't mind, Lady Charlotte. I didn't mind going live in the pastor wife connection. That was cool. But when God told me go live for 3 days with this, I was like, oh Lord Jesus, oh Lord, I'm not ready for that. I don't want, you know what happened. I don't want to go through that. But God said, no, I need you to get in a place that's uncomfortable. Because uncomfortable. Why uncomfortable? There's some uncomfortable places that God got to take you. Just because you feel uncomfortable does not mean that God didn't call you to do that. You got to get in some uncomfortable places because number 4, it builds your confidence. My last point. That's it. It builds your confidence. When you become committed and your character is being built, now you get consistent. Now God builds your confidence. You become confident in what you do. It took me a minute to become confident in doing a live video. It took me a minute to become confident and being okay with talking in front of women and talking to women. And I'm a young girl with all these other women and women that probably know my past, and that you just become confident. But guess what it does? It builds others' confidence that's connected to you. That's purpose. It builds others. When I put out my first book, I was like, oh Lord, people gonna read between the lines. They gonna know what I'm talking about. I don't want to do that. But then I found out, you know what? I put it out there. It is what it is. You know, church hurt, but it helped. Oh, well, you know, this is my story. This is my therapeutic moment. But it built my confidence. And guess what? When it builds I'm telling you the truth. I failed in it because when I tried to connect, they stopped showing up and I stopped. Can I talk to that? Thank you, Lady Charlotte. Even if the people don't show up, come here. Even if you still got to be consistent. I don't care if it's 2 or 3. You still got to be consistent because this is what I found out. Hear me. To every person that don't want to show up because the people are not showing up to your purpose that God told you to do. Whatever God told you to do, they not showing up. They not buying your books. They not buying your products. They not showing up to church. They not showing, whatever the case may be. They not, you know, the store not going great. You keep being consistent. You keep doing it. 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 Because guess what? What we're saying is these 2 or 3 that showed up really don't count. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. You got to keep doing it. And as you keep doing it right now. There may be times, days I show up to my women's ministry. It may be 5 or 6. Sometimes it may be 20. Sometimes it may be 10. Sometimes it doesn't matter because I'm showing up for whoever. I had to learn that. It's a learning process. It don't feel good. I'm not going to make it seem like it feel good. But as you learn that I'm doing this for whoever show up, I always say this, is that if I make the plate, it's up to you to show up. I came live. It's up to you to show up. I can't worry about how many people showed up on here. All I can do is do what God told me. God, this is what you told me to do. This is the purpose you told me to do. I'm going to show up and I'm going to do what I have to do. And that's what we got to learn to look at. It ain't about the likes. It ain't about the shares. It's about being a servant unto the people. You serve God's people the way that God told you to serve them. That's doing purpose. So number 1, be committed. Number 2, how do I get from pain to purpose? I'm committed. I'm committed to the purpose. I'm committed to the plan. Number 2, not only I'm committed, but God, I'm going to make sure my character is in the right place. I'm going to make sure that even my thoughts when it comes to character, I share with you the importance. I'm going to love people in spite of what they do to me, knowing that there's a possibility that they're going to hurt me again. Not only learning to love them, but I'm going to learn also to defend them. Even when they talk about me, even when they lie on me, I'm going to still defend you. I'm not going to offend you by saying, oh, well, she did this and she did that, or he did this and he did. No. I'm going to defend you because I love you that much. I'm going to cover you. I'm not going to let nobody know what happened between us. What happened between us is between us. That's it. Everybody don't got to know our business, but you and I know what happened. Point blank and period. But at the same time, I'm going to make sure that my character stay in place. So God, make sure that you keep my thoughts. Make sure, because I want my thoughts to be right. I want my face, Liz, I want my face to be right too. Lord, fix my face. So I can be able to, your character. Number 3, your commitment. When I say commitment, character, consistency. You become consistent. And then God builds your confidence. Number 4, I pray for every individual that's on here, everybody that has been watching this for the last 3 days, that you were reminded that there is power in your pain when you learn to speak life in it. God has designed you here on earth for a reason. You're not here for nothing. This may be a tad bit longer than the other days, but hear me. You're not here for nothing. You're called to do something. Every person watching now, you have purpose. You have purpose in you, man. Don't waste your purpose. I told you, when God thought of you and he thought of this day today, he had you in mind. When you start expecting God to do something, you start believing God to do something, you start waiting on it. I have an expectation that God is about to do. Okay, can I tell you a couple of things out of my pain, from my pain to my purpose? I created women ministries. I created book publishing. I'm creating now ways to go and speak to schools and stuff. Things that I'm doing right now because of purpose. You couldn't tell me an old girl from Point Blank, Texas would be able to do that. But guess what? If God, and I'm not saying that I'm great, but I just believe that whatever you went through, it wasn't for nothing. It's your job to use your story, your testimony. As I shared yesterday, your testimony, man. Your testimony when you come out of it. Not while you're in it. Because you don't know how it's going to look when you come out. But while you're in it. Yes, I had to pray to stay in character in my mind and thoughts. Come on here. But yes, you got to, hey, Jamie, what's up, cousin? You got to make sure you stay. You got to say, hey, look here. Lord, you realize I ain't going nowhere. I'm still here. And I still trust you even though I don't understand you and I can't trace you. But Lord, what I realize is that I'm here for a reason. You keep waking me up for something. Show me what you're waking me up for. Who am I here for? Who am I here to minister to? Or who am I here to change? Or who am I here? Or what is my purpose here on earth right now? You got to find that out. And when you find that out, you don't have time to focus on your pain. And you don't got time to focus on others' pain. Well, unless you're helping them. But, but my whole goal for these 3 days, I thought, was to talk about my book and celebrate my book. Which I hope I did that. Again, I thank you for every person that purchased my book. Thank you so much. And if you want to purchase, godly, proud of my wife. Glad I was able to join today. I love you, honey bun. That's my baby daddy, my boyfriend, and all of that and more. I love him. But I thought it was for that. But this is what I found out. It wasn't just for that. It was to take us on a journey together. Again, if you didn't watch the other videos, go watch them. It was to take us on a journey together. For us to be able to grow, glow, and go. As my Bishop Woodard would say, grow, go, and go, glow, and go to the next level in our life. I pray that, here's the thing. I do have this. I want to tell you, for those of you that would like to, I have you can purchase my book. I'm going to put the website, as well as this is a class that I do, a life coaching class that I do. It's 5 videos that are in the video. It's 5 videos, and it's getting you from pain to purpose. And I show you literally how I started with all of the stuff that I do in ministry, all of the different things. And I literally show you step by step how I turned my pain into purpose. I literally show you. And today, I'm having it on sale today and tomorrow with the book. You can purchase the book for $12.50. You can also purchase the class for $25. The class is normally $45, but I'm putting it on sale for the next 2 days. And it's videos just like this that you could keep, as well as you do the work. There's paperwork that you have to fill out. There's stuff you got to go through, and you put in the work and get to the things that you have that could help you get to your purpose. As I am doing, I'm learning. I'm not saying that I made it, but y'all, there's a lot that I do. And Liz know me from years ago, and there's other people on here that know me. My family that know me know that the girl you're looking at now is not who I am. I'm talking about from helping women, helping pastor wives, creating my own. I'm telling you, it's so much. But you couldn't have told me the old girl Bunny. They couldn't have told me old girl from Point Blank would be able to be sitting here talking to y'all live and telling y'all, man, I'm getting from my pain. My goal, this was my goal for the 3 days, and I'm done. My goal for these 3 days, for you to get from your pain to your passion, and then to your purpose, then to your promises, and then eventually get to your profit. Oh yeah. Get to your profit. That's important. That wasn't even really important though. My thing though was to get you from pain to purpose to your promise. From pain to purpose to your promise. Because there's some promises that God has for you. There's some things that God has lined up for you. And it's up to us. I love you, Liz. Thank you. Liz remember me from, y'all, I was a church girl in church. I ain't talk. I just sat in the back and I caused a lot of problems. I caused a lot of problems in the church. That's why I can write a book called Church Hurt, but it helped. It had a lot to do with me and I was rebellious in the church, all that. Lady Charlotte, I was the girl, I was the member in the church messing up. So anyway, she know that part of me. But here's the thing, is that I learned this. My goal, and I pray that you learn to see that there's power in your pain, but you got to speak life into it. I thank y'all for rocking out with me, celebrating 3 years, man. Celebrating 3 years of my very first book that I ever wrote. But most of all, I pray that you start your journey. I pray that you start the process. Because there's power in your pain, but you got to start. You got to start somewhere. Deal with the little girl on the inside that is screaming and yelling for help. Deal with the grown woman on the inside that is screaming and yelling for help. As I said yesterday, they're waiting to see the real heal you. Oh, can somebody type that? I'm done, y'all, for real. They're waiting to see the real heal you. There's a healing girl behind that mask. That's a healing girl behind that hurt. There's a girl that is healed that's going to help somebody else get healed. Walk in it. Be the woman that God called you to do. Be in this season. And remember, there is power in your pain when you learn to speak life into it. Stay blessed in all that you do. Love you much. Thank y'all for rocking out. Bye-bye.